Goodbye to the old ways, they didn't work for me. After all the blue days, I finally broken free. I was chasing round in circles, trying to catch a dream. Now I've got a second chance to face reality.
Thinking back to all those years ago, it's hard to imagine that in 2016 there was only one SAOL project, that it lived at 58 Shawnee Lamb Street. I mean, it was Amiens Street back then. So much has changed. And all of it really began around that time when Pauvre hit the department stores. Closed doors came to SAOL. They asked us could they market the anti-perfume that was Pauvre. And it became a surprising hit, an international hit. And that brought in a stream of revenue that SAOL could never have imagined before then.
So here we are at 58 Amiens Street. And when the money rolled in from the sale of Pauvre, SAOL moved on to its new, bigger premises, custom-built premises. But 58 Amiens Street was the place where it all started, and it was lovingly recreated as a museum to the work that SAOL did. Let's take a look inside.
And here we are in the original children's project, and you know, it's hard to believe looking back now that this wasn't an automatic response in drug services at the time. That there wasn't a children's project available for every child that was coming from a family where addiction was an issue. But the SAOL project were ones who provided that, and in doing so, they case managed their children throughout the treatment process, whether their mother stayed in the program or not. The SAOL classroom, the centre of the services for the women who came to SAOL, both the community employment, as it was called back then, and the aftercare, a euphemism for women who were at any part in their journey through their recovery process, but no longer had community employment time left to them. They could come themselves through self-referral, they could be referred in by their doctors, probation officers, any other project that felt a service that was just for women was needed. And it was here, in this space, that Reduce the Use was formed. It was here that as a follow-on to that, Recover Me was created. And it was here too that Solace SAOL was first trialled and prepped and made ready for the world. It was here too that the first bottle of Pauvre was created to highlight the issue of poverty. And we know what happened after that went out to the world. And welcome to the kitchen in SAOL. And it's clever here in this museum because you can hear the authentic sounds that were in operation back then. The children playing above, the sounds of the fridges and all of the activity that went on here in the kitchen. Because this was a central place to the SAOL project. A kitchen is the central place to a family home, so it was here in SAOL. The nurturing that took place here. Who could have known that so much recovery would happen through scones? But the home baking, the smells that went around the building, the welcome that people got sitting around a table together, skills being learned about eating together, talking together, sharing together and supporting together, but sharing the good stuff, not the bad stuff that was so much part of their lives. You know, some people say that between the SAOL mugs and our scones, there was just a little bit of magic. But because of that, we were able to put candidates into the local election, put candidates into the general election, even into the presidential election. And that not only changed the way SAOL has practiced its work, not only have we been able to open SAOLs all over the country, open up our Centre of Excellence in Katrina Crowe House, our purpose-built centre, but we've also been able to change the way people understand what recovery is in everyday life.
Bolíar of Accordia, I ran on a platform of SAOL, Seosavacht, Ábaltacht, Obair and Lan, which means stability, ability, work and learning. I believe that if this is good enough for the woman in the North Inner City, it will transfer to the nation as a whole. Obviously the electorate agreed with me as I was returned to office in Áras an Uachtaráin.
SAOL project is a community project. It is a feminist project. It is all about relationships and relationality. My election to mayor brings feminism and SAOL's ideology to the office. I am bringing SAOL's sense of community and relationality to everything I do as mayor. I want Dublin to be the first SAOL city, a truly feminist city, the first feminist city of Europe.
Activity has always been central to SAOL. SAOL has never been shy about sharing their work with others. Freeware is the new anti-capitalist economy, and SAOL led the way by making all its resources freely available on the internet. SAOLproject.ie still exists. You can go there and download Reduce the Use, Recover Me, Solace a SAOL, all our poetry, the Rita Sayes posters, the poly drug use worksheets, all free and all still there.
And as a result of that, we were able to pay attention to the book and to write and publish in a bigger way than we could ever have imagined rediscovery. And it changed the way people saw or understood the recovery process for people in addiction. Rediscovery, the book that hit #1 in the New York Times bestseller list. Who could have imagined something like that? And that then led on to us being able to tell the story in documentary format. The documentary SAOL, the movie, became the best documentary winner in the Oscars. Who could have expected something like that? It's a strange journey that we went on. So where do we go from here? Well, it's clear that we have found a care path for addiction. Addiction in Ireland is no longer an issue. We have feminism as the norm. We have a fairer society where our policies have impacted and poverty is no longer the issue. And trauma-informed care is practiced everywhere. It's no longer an issue here in Ireland. We have to go abroad. That is what we're about. We're going to Africa, we're going to Asia, we're going to North America where they've lost their way. We're already in Australia, we're already in South America.